A. Brooks, for instance, has observed that Clement cites the canonical books about 16 times more often than the apocryphal and patristic writings. When it comes to Gospels, the evidence is even better. Clement cites apocryphal Gospels only 16 times, where he cites just the Gospel of Matthew 757 times. In sum, Christians need to memorize the simple fact about the New Testament canon, says Kruger. Early Christians used many other books beside those that made it into our Bible, but this should not surprise us. The next fact, number 8, the next fact is the Council of Nicaea did not decide the canon. The follow-up question is usually which council did decide the canon. And this is a misunderstanding. No council decided the canon. The canon of Scripture, the New Testament, was generally something that was thrashed out over a long period of time, but there was a general acceptance of most of the books because the church was using these books. So there we are. Number 9. Fact number 9, Christians did disagree about the canonicity of some books. When it comes to the basic facts that all Christians should know about the canon, it's important, says Kruger, that we recognize that the development of the canon was not always neat and tidy. It was not a pristine, problem-free process where everyone agreed on every right from the outset. On the contrary, the history of the canon is, at points, quite tumultuous. So basically, there were difficult decisions and wrong decisions made sometimes, and you know, that's just the fact of the historical study of how the New Testament came to be. Basically, the New Testament won out because it over a long period of time, people began to see the value of these books. But over that long period of time, some writers said some books were not canonical, and some writers said other books that are apocryphal are canonical, and there were disputes and discussion. But over time, these things got ironed out. But those are the facts. Number 10. Early Christians believed that canonical books were self-authenticating. How do we know which books are from God and which are not? There are many answers to that question, he says. But it's interesting to note that the early church fathers, while agreeing that apostolicy and church reception are fundamentally important, also appeal to another factor that is often overlooked in modern studies, the appeal to the internal qualities of these books. In other words, they argue that these books bore certain attributes that distinguish them as being from God. They argue that they could hear the voice of their Lord in these particular books. In modern theological language, they believe that canonical books are self-authenticating. As said Jesus, my sheep hear my voice and I know them. Origen is quite clear that the divine qualities of books play a role in their authentication. He says, if anyone ponders over the prophetic sayings, it is certain that in the very act of reading and diligently studying them, his mind and feeling will be touched by a divine breath, and he will recognize the words he is reading are not utterances of man, but the language of God. So those are the 10 basic facts. What a wonderful, absolutely wonderful series there. I've just done little quotes, and you can listen to Kruger's lectures. Here's oh sorry, you have to download it. But there's quite a lot of lectures that you can listen to, quite a few lectures on the canon that you can listen to there, and you'll find a blessing. Get hold of the book, Canon Revisited. I like Michael J. Kruger. I think he's a really good scholar. I really enjoy listening to him. And so there we are. I've just given you an edited version. I read through his 10 series and then memorized it, and then just gone back over it quickly and just given you a few pointers that he said in my own words generally, and with a few quotations of his. Okay, so get hold of the book, and it'll be a real blessing to you. Take care now, and God bless.